Nithyananda,
Nithyananda.
and welcome back to Yoga Grace. I'm here with Shivarupa. He's a parent of two children, and both of those children they are attending Gurukul.
That's correct.
Um, so we just had a chat before, and I'm curious about what the motivation has been for
Sure.
you as a family, because you're actually Adinavasis, meaning you are long-term ashramites here at the Adinam. What was the motivation to come here as a family? What's your experience over how many months now have you been
Sure.
here?
So let's give a background, right? So we met Swamiji for the first time in 2009. I was based in Singapore at that time, and basically, that experience started off very powerful. And in 2010, my daughter, my wife, and I attended the 21-day retreat, Inner Awakening, and that was just mind blowing, right? Where the experiences we had were just amazing. And it was so out of the realm of what I ever considered possible. I realized that there's so much more to life than I had ever thought as could happen, right? And that kind of led to this journey where after we went back, got more engaged with the Sangha activities in terms of taking part in more programs, volunteering, becoming acharyas or teachers as well. And eventually we were both running the Singapore Center as well. So we were Mahants and running the center. And we also wanted to realize that the best thing we can do for ourselves is to be around Swamiji and be part of the mission, right? So we'd been wanting to come here, be part of that full time as well. But there was always, I guess, we were not ready in many ways. So it was always this thing of saying, hey, we have a few more things to get done. At one point, we thought, it'd be good. The kids can come, they can study here, and we can take part in activities. And that kind of broke when we realized that those are independent. The kids coming here is independent of us coming here. And it took me 6 months to kind of settle with that idea. And then my daughter ended up coming here first, my elder daughter. She joined the Gurukul maybe more than 5 years ago, and that has been an amazing journey for her since then.
Yeah.
And my son joined maybe close to 2 years ago.
And currently they are 12?
Yeah, my daughter is 12 and my son's 9. So they were about 7 years old when they both joined, right? Each of them independently. And it's been a just amazing journey. I have a couple of incidents that stand out, and I'll talk about those, right?
Please, please.
One was maybe about a year and a half ago. I was talking to my daughter on the phone. I was still in Singapore at that time, and I was missing her for some reason, right? Some occasion, something. And I kind of, while talking to her, I said, "Hey, I'm missing you." And the next thing was, how should I think about it? So I'm actually asking her how I should think about it, right? The fact that I'm missing her. And she takes a pause and she says, "Papa, you're in me. I'm in you. How can you miss me?" And for me, that statement and the way she said it, with the space she said it, and the strength with which she said it, was enough for me to realize that, wow, that's the reason they're there, right? Because this is, it seems like a small incident, but that clarity, the strength, that feeling of Advaita that comes across, of knowing that, hey, that oneness that's there, it's real. It is not just a theory thing. It is their reality, and they are leading very, very powerful lives. And that itself was a big relief for me to realize that, wow, what Swamiji has been sharing and teaching, that is becoming their reality as well. And so that's obviously was something which just gave me a reminder in many ways of why they are here and why they are studying here, right? And that was very, very powerful. They've both been manifesting multiple powers and shaktis that Swamiji has been initiating them into. And they've done demonstrations all across the globe, traveled to do demonstrations to various people. And the confidence with which they talk, the confidence with which they come across, there's no powerlessness. Anything that happens that disturbs the inner space, they can snap out of it so quickly. And very casually are expressing all these powers. And it's just fun to watch and realize that really this is the new species being created, where they are going to be the people leading the charge in that sense, with Swamiji's blessings and his vision, taking that forward and making that a reality in the world to come. And I find that super powerful. My daughter is 12. She just finished her 12th grade. I don't know what the equivalent is internationally, but maybe the A levels, right? What you do pretty much before you go to college. So she's done those exams
she's
already.
12. Yeah.
And her IQ was measured 144, and it just seems so casual when you're looking at them. You're like, it's happening, without any sort of effort. And this whole system that's there on education, what we'd consider a success in modern day, they are just flowing with Swamiji's grace so easily.
Yeah.
So they are going to be the Swamiji said to always be the Bill Gates in the outer world in terms of success
Yeah.
in the world, outer world
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
but also be the Buddha within, right?
Right,
And
right.
I can really see that
Yeah.
happening in a very powerful
Yeah.
way. My son's young, he's 9, he's having a blast every day. Just watching them dance shows such a high energy level and so, like full of life.
Yeah.
I find that just
Yeah.
now that we moved here maybe about 3 months, less than 3 months ago,
Yeah.
being part of the Adinivasi program and now full-time Adinivasis. We were both very successful in the outer world. We both worked at Microsoft and done all that thing that would be considered a success in the outer world. But being here is definitely a very different game, and just realizing that this is very much aligned with what we want to do as part of living a life.
Yeah.
So that's great, and we're having fun here, being part of various different things. A lot of learning, growth, so much more to do.
Yeah.
So, that's all I would like to share.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel free to ping me.
Yeah.
On the video and stuff that you
Of
upload.
course,
You can share the links.
I will share the link. I'm also curious what you just shared. So I was hearing, very mature for their age, able to pass certain tests of a very
See,
high
one of the
standard.
example I'll give you, right? They did an IQ measurement, and so she was 144. For those who don't know,
Yeah.
it's considered genius level, right?
Yeah.
And so this is like at par with the highest brains that you can find in the world, or better, right? And then the other thing was something called the emotional quotient that they measured, or a maturity index that they had. And when they measured her, she was less than 12 at that time, and she was 6 years more. So she was like 11 and a
Yeah.
half or something,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
11, and then she had the maturity index of a 17-year-old. So, it comes with very high emotional stability as well. When Swamiji has initiated them into the power of the third eye, these powers express where, the knowledge piece is there, but also comes very high emotionally, they're very stable. So, because you find a lot of people who might be very smart, but may not even be able to relate with people, or,
Yeah.
just on such a very
Yeah.
different plane emotionally.
Yeah.
So here's examples where it doesn't have to be an either or.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely both and much more.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot more of that.
Yeah,
Much more.
and you've been actually just reading my thoughts, because I was basically just going with, her maturity in terms of being able to sit through certain standards. But what about her inner child, her playfulness, being 12?
When you're a kid, you see them absolutely as kids, having fun, having a blast, doing all the funny things, all the silly jokes.
Silly
whatever.
jokes.
Yeah. So they don't stop being that. But,
Exactly,
But
yeah.
you start talking, right? They have this process where,
Yeah.
like, they've been recording the YouTube videos.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
my arm is just about to go numb. Could you hold it? Sure. Thank you.
So all I was saying is that they've been recording videos like this and sharing, and you can see the maturity come across. They take a topic and talk about it. The next moment they would have put the phone away and jumping around and playing and doing all the funny things as kids
Yeah.
do. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's they've lost anything in that process, but they've gained so much more, and that's the thing which option exists for everyone. There's nothing extraordinary about them other than, hey, we've shown up and been
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
being in Swamiji's
Yeah.
breathing space, and he really makes all this
Yeah.
reality come true.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And in terms of communication, what languages do they speak?
So my daughter speaks English and
Yeah.
Hindi.
And
mostly
Hindi,
English,
okay,
yeah. Mostly
okay,
English though.
yeah,
And they're learning
yeah.
Sanskrit as well.
Yeah,
And they, Swamiji is very big on them
Yeah.
picking up multiple languages.
Yeah.
They learn, of course, they've picked up Tamil here and smattering of
Yeah.
different languages as well.
Yeah, yeah. Because for me, I communicate in English,
Sure.
but I'm still not obviously able to be fully integrated, because there's quite a bit of Hindi and Tamil that is spoken here.
Okay.
So that is also
Yeah,
just something that
they just pick it up very casually,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one of the common things you find, all of them just picking up musical instruments and start playing by themselves. We all have the ability to download whatever information we need, and we're seeing this practically happen with them as well. So it's amazing to see that, and let's stay in touch once you travel back to New Zealand as well, and
Yeah.
see how we can continue this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you
Sure.
very much.
Thank you
and,
for listening, all of you as well.
And have a
And-
great day. Wonderful.
And
Nithyananda.